This video will walk you through accessing the Valencia College Library's APA Citation Guide for electronic sources, which you can use to build your reference page and in-text citations. To access all of the citation guides, click on MLA, APA, and Chicago in the ribbon at the top of the page. From here, you can access citation guides and sample papers for MLA, APA, and Chicago. In this video, we're using APA, so click on American Psychological Association in the middle of the page. From this page, you can access citation guides for both electronic and print sources. You'll notice that there are links to both the 6th and 7th editions of APA citation materials. In this video, we're using the 6th edition. Ask your professor which APA edition they would like you to use. Today we're reviewing citing electronic sources. However, the resources available for print sources are very similar to what you will see in this video. Electronic sources are any sources you access on your computer, tablet, or smartphone. That includes books that you accessed as ebooks. The first thing you'll see is an alphabetized list of the databases that Valencia College has access to. These are the databases that are searched when you use the library's search feature. To practice, let's look at citing an article we found in the JSTOR database. When you click on one of these database names, a color-coded PDF will appear, showing you all of the information you need to create your citation for your reference page and how to format that information. That includes the author's name, the year of publication, the title of the article, the title of the journal the article appeared in, the volume and issue number that the article appeared in, the page range, and the URL or DOI. A DOI is a unique number for works in academic journals. However, not every electronic source will have a DOI. This PDF shows two examples, the first with no DOI and the second with a DOI. We'll look at the first example. There are 8 important aspects of these citations to follow. 1. Notice that the format of the author's name is last name, comma, first initial. 2. Although your source may list the month and day of publication, you'll only put the year the work was published in parentheses. 3. Note that there are no quotation marks around the title of the article. 4. Make sure that you italicize the title of the journal. 5. Italicize the volume number that the article appears in, followed immediately by the issue number in parentheses. As you can see, there is no space between the volume and issue number. However, don't italicize the issue number. 6. Page numbers are required in your citation when the text has them. Most journal articles that you access through databases will have page numbers, so make sure that you are noting those page numbers for both your reference pages and your in-text citations. 7. If the source you are citing does not have a DOI, you will use the URL. Type the words retrieved from and follow that with the URL. If the source you're citing has a DOI, follow this format of the lowercase letters DOI and then the DOI itself. 8. One of the most common errors we see in student reference pages are missing periods and commas, so be sure to double check your placement of punctuation. These PDFs also guide you in building your in-text citations. These are the quotes or paraphrases that appear in your paper itself. Here we see the 2 options you have for an in-text citation of this type of source. When you use a direct quote from your source, you'll cite it with the author's last name, the year of publication, and the page number, if your source has pages, in parentheses. When you paraphrase the author's words, you'll cite your source with just the author's last name and the year of publication in parentheses. Regardless of which in-text citation option you use, make sure that you have commas between the author's last name, the year of publication, and the page number. Click the Back button to return to the APA Electronic Sources Guide. We will now look at more general electronic sources you might use. Scroll down past the alphabetized database names. If the online source you're using is not from one of the library databases, you can use one of these links to build your citation. If you found your source using Google or another search engine, this is where you'll go. There are many general online sources listed here. online magazine articles, YouTube videos, articles on websites, and so on. Let's look at how to cite an article we found on the website. This PDF will show us different ways to cite an article on a website based on authorship. The first option is an article on a website with an author listed. The second option is an article on a website with a group author. When you use an article from a corporation or government entity's website that doesn't list an individual author, you'll follow this format and use the company or entity's name as the author. The group author of this source is the Southern Poverty Law Center. Just like the first example we looked at, this PDF is color-coded and shows you all of the information you need to create your citation for your reference page and how to format that information. Note that the title of the web article or website is not italicized or in quotation marks. Also, note that the words "retrieved from" come before the URL. Not every electronic source will have a year of publication. If your source does not list a year of publication, replace the year with ND. This means no date. Each sample citation on this PDF also shows you how to build your in-text citations for this type of source. Since articles on websites have no pages, you'll notice that these in-text citations only include the author's last name, a comma, and the year of publication. Notice also that for an article with a corporate or government author, the name used in the in-text citation is that entity's name. The group author of this source is the Southern Poverty Law Center. If the group author's name has an abbreviation, you can use the shortened version of the name in your in-text citations that come after the first in-text citation. The first in-text citation will include a shortened name in square brackets. Here, Southern Poverty Law Center will be shortened to SPLC in later citations. We hope that this has been a helpful guide to using Valencia Library's resources for building your references page and your in-text citations in APA style.